So Sneha had asked how many more techniques we have to learn. That's a lot, at least 10. So when I told that this is a content intensive program, it is a content intensive program. So by the end of the program, you should be in a situation where you should be like a child in a candy store. Like you can be thinking, where do I start? Do I do this? Do I do that? This is also nice. That is also nice. This looks exciting. That looks exciting. It's a good thing to be in that state, but that's also a disadvantage that sometimes people can get lost or overwhelmed and they may never start. Like, earlier generation, people were sometimes when they were bored, they did not know what to do. Now, the current generation, we live in a perpetual confusion. You go to Netflix, tons of series, and you go to Prime, tons of things. You want to date people, tons of apps. You want to eat something, tons of apps, tons of places. But the problem is you're not sure what you want to do. So, child in a candy store situation can be good and a bad thing. If you notice in current day and age, my life, my choice has killed more people than anything else. I want to drink, I want to smoke, I want to overdo on sweets. I can do anything I want. By the way, if you're thinking that all the generations had it, no generation had the luxury of this generation. When I say this generation, it's not the Gen Zs. You would see people who are 70 years old who have got mobile addiction, right? Who have become mobile addicts. So who constantly do the finger gym exercise. So the current generation means everyone who is enjoying the benefits. The Gen Z is more because they were born into it. Yesterday, there was a Malayalam reel that two people are in the police station. The girl is explaining something and the inspector is taking notes. She's saying that he was orbiting. Then the inspector is like, what is orbiting? Please wait a minute. First, let me understand what is orbiting. Then he says that, no, we were in a relationship. She says, no, we were in a situationship. He's like, pause a minute. First, tell me what is relationship, then what. So currently, too much options. And that is one thing. And it's not just in relationship. Just think about a simple thing like mobile. Just think a simple thing like going out and chilling out. We have too much options, right? So the same way, this course also offers you a variety of options, which means you can use it to empower yourself or you can use it to not start anything because I have a lot of techniques. I will work on it when time comes and the time never comes. So start it now. That is the most important thing. Okay. Okay. So what other techniques we have? Just to give you a brief, there is a technique for bad memories, as some of you were asking. Right? Ritu was saying there's a bad memory. For bad memory or negative emotion, there is an entirely different technique that you will have to use. Okay. Their anchoring might not be that effective. You can use anchoring, but still a negative emotion or a bad memory is a situation where you have stored that emotion of that situation more than the memory of it. The memory is there. I'm not saying it is not there, but the emotion has to be depleted. So for that, you need to do something else. Okay. Anchoring is like, you can say, inflating your tire. But if there is a puncture in a tire, then no amount of air filling will work. You have to fix the puncture. If your vehicle's wheels valve is loose, then again, no amount of puncture fixing or no amount of air filling is going to help. Right? So there are different things for different things. The same way for bad memory, there is a specific technique that we will see today. It's called as.
So you're saying bad memory is like a puncture, is it?
Yes,
it's a relative thing.
It is.
Okay.
See, bad memory is something that has a negative emotion stored in it. Basically, this is dealing with bad memories or dealing with negative emotions. Now, what is a negative emotion? Your mind or unconscious mind has secretly created a kind of an energy repository that does not let you get into a similar situation in the future. For example, let's say that I was trying to partner with someone for a business, got into a heavy loss. Now I'm getting a lot of opportunities to collaborate, but I'm not collaborating because I have that memory, that emotion is there, where it is, or in the metaphysical realm term, if you want to say, you can say that that energy is repelling me from everything else. one of the reasons I am very careful about using those terms is they make things as if it is nothing is in your control. That's an energy that is controlling. There is something that is doing something else. Because I come from Kanyakumari, where black magic is given utmost importance. You have headache, black magic. You have a relationship issue, black magic. You have loss in business, black magic. Almost anything and everything can be blamed on black magic. Right? The same way in the current era, we want to blame anything and everything on the universe, on the energies, on the vibrations, right? So that's one of the reason I'm being careful. I'm not saying this is not there or not there. I'm not sure about it. I'm very agnostic in telling that. So I'm neither saying it is or neither saying it is not, but I'm just open to suggestion. Like one of my friends used to say, I don't believe in ghosts. I'm a very logical thinker. I'm very, very logical, rational. I don't at all believe in ghosts. But when it gets dark, I'm open to suggestion. Right?
Open to suggestions means yahi hai ki I'm open ki I believe it.
I can believe. I may question my beliefs. I'm a little bit open. But again, I'm a little bit agnostic. So when I say energy, what it means is that what your mind usually does everything for your benefit. Why it does not let you exercise? Why it creates resistance? Because pain. I don't want pain. Pain means there is some damage. For in years of evolution, we were never in a situation where you cause your body pain and it gets something good. It was always that comfort was very difficult, was a very rare commodity. Right? Food was a rare commodity. So you were never trained to fast. You were always trained to feast. You were always trained to take rest whenever possible. Just that you were not getting the chance. So your unconscious does everything for your own benefit, but sometimes in the current scenario that may not work. If you remember that public speaking scenario situation that I told, your mind is doing everything to protect you so that it is creating the fight or flight response. But on a podium, that does not have its space. The same way, there was a bad experience I had with someone else in the past, because of which I incurred a huge loss. And probably in the future, I may get some good opportunity that can give me heavy profits, but still, your emotion which is stored will never let you go into that. Now, this may work in terms of business, in career, in finances, in relationship, in anything, in health, anything in your life. People who got into a bad diet or crash diet got into heavy issues, and who they will never ever go into a diet. They will say that I will rather die like this than suffer what I did, preventing myself of eating all the tasty food, also eating a lot of craps. Now I don't want to get into it. Let me die like this, right? So that is negative emotion. So that bad memory, negative emotion has something else to do. No matter how much confidence you pump into it, confidence or anchoring is something that can be an added advantage there. It is not the main thing. Clear?
But
Okay, I thought it's related, but
it's slightly different. That's what I told. It is like you are inflating a tire, but there is a puncture over there. You're not fixing the puncture.
so one question here:
Yeah. Yes.
when the people like having the kinesthetic kind of behavior, right, emotional,
Mm-hmm.
as I take my example, I take everything very seriously, and that's why unnecessarily the things become more serious and emotions get generated.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I see the fun-loving people just take it very easily, right? And they just make a fun and then move. So if that kind of behavior has to be incultivated,
Good.
does that does
There
the
is another
NLP?
technique for that. That's called new
I'm
behavior.
covering that because that's very important. Like, how
So
do we
you will
make
learn
a shift?
something to resolve conflicts, stored conflict that you have with someone. You have something for bad memories. You have something for behavioral change. You have something for dealing with criticism. How you deal with, because how you deal with criticism can sometimes determine the quality of your life. I will just
Correct.
all
Yeah.
the people, like Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli. One simple thing is that Sachin Tendulkar was really skilled, and he also was really good in terms of handling criticism. Either he chose to ignore it when it has to be, or he took the best out of it and used it, and he was the little master of cricket. Okay, till he is little god of cricket. So, how you deal with criticism, how you handle your beliefs, how you handle your habits, how you create a compulsive situation for yourself, or how you make something really attractive to you, which is not that attractive, how you align yourself to the of your goal. So for all of these things, there are separate techniques. That's what when Sneha asked, I told her there are at least 10 different techniques that we will have to understand. How is that you create a success strategy for yourself? Okay.
Over here, so flexibility will also come now. The more flexible we are, the better it is to handle things. Is that
Yeah,
so?
it is there. The more flexible you are in terms of learning, in terms of a lot of things, yes, it is true. The person with
Is,
the most flexibility is the most powerful.
is it related to only learning or to the emotions handling as well? Maybe if we look at the situations or think,
When I say learning,
uh,
it is also about learning how to handle a situation in terms of your emotions also. Yeah. Okay. So coming back to now, we are all going to practice this method. Unlike anxiety, where some people may have, some people may not have it, some people may have it to a certain extent. Anchoring is something that all of us have done. And when I say you will know you have done it, first let me explain you what is anchoring, how it works, and how it has always worked for you. Positively or negatively is different. It has always worked for you. It may have worked on the negative side. That's a different story. But still, it has worked. It may have worked on the positive side also. Okay. So let me explain you what's anchoring, what we have done, and what was done yesterday, how it can be done. Okay. One step I skipped yesterday was future pacing, which I asked her to do on her own, which you will do within the program. If you remember, I told her, now do this thing about a future scenario and do this and see how is that you are able to implement it. Okay. One of the reasons of future pacing is creating an evidence frame. So in your mind, you're creating an evidence frame. There is a situation which has come, which I have handled in the past. Your mind does not know the difference between real and real. What is real? Which is not true. Imagination. Okay. Your mind does not know the difference between real and real. A movie reel is not real, right? But still, when you see a movie, your body reacts, gives the same kind of reaction as if it is really, really happening. Right? So one of my friends, Gauri's dog, he actually reacts a lot when that this movie Lion King, when the Lion King is going to be attacked, he barks like crazy. No, he just is very protective. He just tries to want every single time. Okay. The same way we also react, just that sometimes we are able to see, sometimes we are not able to see. So basically our mind does not know the difference between real and real. So we are going to take advantage of that. Now, if Sneha has done thinking of 2 or 3 different scenarios that can come in the near future, the chances of her implementing it when the situation comes is more. Okay. And as a client, if I was working one-on-one with Sneha, I will always ask her, now test it in the real life situation and let me know. When is the next time that you will be able to test it? So we'll test and she will let me know. Clear? Yeah, Sneha, what is that you wanted to say?
nothing.
Okay. Okay. So what is anchoring? Anchoring is just triggering a particular emotion or eliciting a particular emotion in you by choice. How have you done it in the past? All of you have done it. Maybe there is a visual, auditory, or kinesthetic trigger, or even olfactory trigger. Have you been in situations where you smell something and you go back to a memory of your past? Some good feeling comes in you, and then you go back to a memory of your past. Johnson's and Johnson's did this. When they wanted to relaunch their brand, they did a half page in Bangalore only. When I was in Bangalore, probably in 2008 or so, I don't remember exactly. They launched this ad, half page, and then there was this small patch which they told, smell this space. Do you remember something? A lot of people got nostalgic feeling because in our generation, when they grew up, Johnson's and Johnson's was the basic thing. When a child is born, everyone will, whatever the gift hamper will be there will be some Johnson's and Johnson's product. It is off late that a lot of people started to say it is not good and everything, and it went away. So that is anchoring. You smell it, suddenly you go to your childhood memories. You go to your old school or college, you see your space wherever you are sitting. That works a lot for us because we studied in a college for 5 years and 4.5 years of college, half year of project. And 4.5 years, we were lucky enough that it was the same classroom. So whenever we go there, it automatically we just get transformed. Clear? So that nostalgia that gets created is basically not about the memory. You go to an emotion and then you get all the memories back. So with smell, it works a lot. A lot of people say, till now, a lot of people actually remember the taste of polio drops in their mouth. And when they remember that, they also get into that emotions that we're going through at that point of time. Okay, that is one of the things. The other way of saying it, how many times it has happened that you listen to a song and you go back to some memory or you go back to some feeling? You look at some movie or a picture and you get into some emotion, right? All of these things are anchoring. Or you get touched in a particular part of your body and suddenly you just go to some memory. Okay, let's say as a kid, one of your parent always used to turn your ears. If someone touches your ears, immediately you will just go, into defensive mode. Okay. So a lot can be told in each of these things. A lot can be told, a lot can be explored. The same way, taste. Sometimes when people taste something, I don't know how many of you saw this movie Ratatouille. Anyone who saw this animated movie Ratatouille? It's a good movie, but then the climax of the movie, there's a very big critic for whom you have to cook something. He's someone who will rip you apart left, right, and center. And here there's actually a rat is cooking the food. So the rat cooks the food of a peasant. That's the food that this reviewer used to eat as a kid when his mother used to make him. So the moment he puts it in his mouth, he just gets transformed into his childhood memories. And for the first time, the pen drops out of his hand, a very logical person. So there is all 5 senses, there is anchoring. Okay. Touch also has anchoring. Touch is one of the most intimate, confidential, secret anchors that a lot of us have. Because no one has to know why although we have so much of anchors, why we chose touch is because, as I told yesterday, the feelings that is running in you is visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. Which one is it?
Kinesthetic.
It's always kinesthetic. Simple, right? That's such a stupid question to ask, but still. But at the same time, the touch that you experience in your body is also kinesthetic. That is one of the reasons this switch works fast. Second reason, no one has to know, no one will know that you are touching your hand somewhere. If you have to recite something in your mouth, people will know. If you have to grasp an image or open your wallet and look at an image, people will know. And one of my friends has this habit. When I used to work in ING Vaishya, the pressure was super high. To that level, I used to say, when I used to work in Audi, and a lot of salespeople used to say that, oh, it's too pressure, the pressure is too much. I used to say, if you want to experience pressure, you have to work in a banking insurance company as a salesperson. Because the pressure I faced in a banking insurance company as a training manager, I never faced as a salesperson in Audi. It's that much. So one of our friends, he had this habit. He always had the image of his wife in his wallet. And whenever he is facing a tough situation, he will open that and give a deep breath, and then he will close it, and then he will go on with his day. What is that? Anchoring. So actually what was happening, we knew it at the last only. After 6 months, we could not hold ourselves. How is that happens? What do you do? I was curious to know. He told that when I look at this photo, I think we have even solved this problem. What bigger problem do we have to solve in life? That confidence comes in me and I just get going. You can change it vice versa with the female version and also take it. So anyways, has their own personal story. So coming back, the point is anchoring has been there always. Kinesthetic anchoring is really something that is personal and no one has to know about it. And it is very close to you. You can do it fast. Okay. You cannot not anchor. You have always been anchored. I always say this, NLP is not an invented science. It's a
Discovered.
discovered science. It was always there. You are always doing it. The problem is a lot of times without your knowledge, you do it negatively. For example, there is something called as language pattern in NLP. You say that I would have told, don't is a very powerful hypnotic statement. A lot of time we used it against ourselves. Our kids, don't fail. Don't think about something bad. Don't think about failing. Right? And you'd say it to yourself also multiple times. But and because the same way as I already mentioned in one of the sessions. So we all of things mostly against ourselves than for ourselves. Now with NLP, you are trying to understand how it works, the nuances of your unconscious mind. How is that you can make it work for you than working against you? Okay. So once it happened in, again, this also happened in Bangalore, long time back. There was once we did anchoring, and I just told people that select a state. So all the instructions were given and go and do anchoring and come. And there comes a lady who was a Malayali. She was with a person, a senior retired government employee from Bangalore. And this lady is coming, crying tears and puking and not able to handle. I asked what happened. So she told that she chose depression. So I anchored depression for her. I was like, okay. Why? No, you told one state. I thought state basically means any good state that you want to get into. Who wants to get into depression? And what is that situation that depression can handle that others cannot handle? In today's day and age, I don't know if you know this, it's very easy to get depressed. You scroll for more than 3 hours for 4 continuous days. You have 60% higher chances of getting depressed. Something as innocent as scrolling, isn't it? Yeah.
Why is it so? Because it builds more stimulus in us, or the content that we are perceiving?
Forget the content. You have multiple content. One is happy, one is sad, one is exciting, one is learning. So you live in this idea that I'm learning something, you're not learning anything. Don't worry. If there is one reel and you stop there and you try to implement something, that's a different story. So you are going through a range of emotions. It's mixing you with range of emotion, and none of those emotions are more than 30 seconds. After a point of time, your limbic system is tired, your prefrontal cortex is tired, everything is tired. And basically, when everything is tired and it wants to relax, it will naturally make you pause by bringing up a bad memory. I'll give you this example. Let's say the easiest way to kill someone is when the person is tired and the person is out of energy, play some sad song, which is sad song for that person. Within 41 days, the person will commit suicide. Why? How does this work? So let's say someone is coming from office and there's a very tough day in the office. Okay. Some people do this to themselves also. And after coming home, you're deprived of every vital source of energy that you had, depleted, deprived, and it is katham. Tata, bye-bye. Okay. So don't think about the person who told this, but this is just for the context. Okay. So now what is happening? You don't have any energy left in you, and you just sit in a very slouched or very sad, very shabby body language, and you play this song, which is a sad song for you. Okay. Kal tum raho ya na raho, or Tanhai, no, all the songs, Ashiki 1 songs, Ashiki 2 songs, and all of this. So what happens basically when you are already weak of energy and you're in a very bad body language and the song is also bad, your unconscious is like, okay, now let me think of, this is the time, let me release all the things that I was holding back. All the negative emotions and negative memories comes out. So if you do this to a person for 41 days, confirm suicide. You don't have to do black magic. This is much bigger than any black magic. Okay. So what is this? Again, this is a way of anchoring. Because you have anchored a lot of negative emotion with that sad song. Now the situation is also conducive and automatically this can come up. There is one particular situation which I remember with one of my clients. So she was my initial client long time back. This is almost a decade back. And I would say that back then when I was trying to start to become a coach from a corporate employee. So this is a very challenging client. A lot of beautiful things happened with her because in the verge of divorce, but not divorce, separated in the house for almost 1 year, no legal situations happening. Wants to work, wants to start a business, nothing doing because the family is running a family business. They will neither let her get into it, nor they will let her go out to Chennai, Bangalore to search a job. And in a very bad emotional state, and relationship status also is in a very big question. Wants to start a new life, want to explore life, not able to do that. And physiologically also, there were a lot of issues. Okay. There were a lot of heavy things that happened with this person. When I say this, always take it with a grain of salt. Just because it happened with one person, you cannot say, see, emotion is everything. This is a person who had a situation where she had to be induced periods every month. Okay. And
Medical.
she got her regular after a point of time. After 6 months, she got regular. And she got conceived also. I mean, after that, she came out of the marriage, she got married, remarried, and then she even got pregnant. And that is something which was extremely rare. And doctors had told that until and unless medically you intervene or we induce, nothing can happen. This also happened. Okay, now going back to what happened with this, what is anchoring to do here? This girl was, at that point of time, came out of depression from suicidal tendencies and all, came out of depression, was extremely clear. One point of time, after about 1 month, no calls, suddenly I get a call, I'm feeling suicidal again. I was not able to attend the call. I was asking what happened. So everything is happening in message. She's saying that I did exactly what you asked me to do. I was following a routine. I was actually keeping my room clean. That is one of the things that actually gives us some sanity. And then I was also doing, playing a song in the background. And like, okay, everything is going fine. What happened? What exactly did you do in the last 3 days that has made you feel like this? So nothing. I just, there's one particular song that I play in loop. Now, this is a Tamil girl. She does not understand Hindi. The song was from Half Girlfriend, this exact first song that I sang, told, right? Kal tum raho ya na raho, main fir bhi tumko chahunga. Okay. I asked, okay, what does that song signify to you? Because you don't know Hindi. She is a person. Then I remember that she is a person who had told when in one of the break states that we were talking. Initially, break states used to be very long. They used to be like 10 minutes long and all. So at that time, she told that she liked this book, Half Girlfriend, a lot. And when the hero was running through the streets of New York or California, I don't remember, she also was running with him. When the hero was crying, she also cried. When the hero was laughing, she also laughed. Basically, she associated herself with the hero so much. Every time the song was coming, the emotion that she was going through was a dip. So background, this song was playing 10 times. She does not know the meaning, but the emotion was dipping deep down. 3 days continuously. On the 4th day, she wants to commit suicide. She's feeling hopeless. Again, started scrolling a lot. Right? Started scrolling mindlessly, started all the dating apps. Nothing was working at the end of the day. Oh, this seems good, but this is not working. That seems good. So that happened. Anchoring is a powerful tool, and a lot of time it can go against you. Now, here we are trying to use it for you. Clear?
Is that so that we have to anchor it only with a good memory, then it can work? And if it is a dip or a bad memory, if we anchored with, then it's going to bring us
Not a
into
good
more
or bad memory. We are trying to anchor a good state. It is nothing to do with the memory. The context does not matter. Let us say I'm anchoring confidence. And I was confident when I was attending a martial arts competition when I was in my school days, let us say, or when I was trying my first 10,000 meters when I was in my college. That is when I was the most confident. Now, I want to use that confidence in my career. Can I do that? Yes. I want to use that confidence in my relationship. Is it possible? Yes, because you're not anchoring the memory, you're anchoring the state. Clear?
Yeah. Can we do it like with the, like if we have done it with confidence, can we do it with feeling energetic? Can we do it in?
You can do with any of this. By the way, let me ask you the simple question. How long does a emotion, a feeling stay in you if you do nothing to it after starting it? Good, bad, or anything. How long does a feeling stay in you?
90 seconds?
90 seconds. 1.5 minutes. Which means if it is going for 1.5 hours, you are doing something in your head. for that. If it is good or bad, if it is continuing for a long time, which means something you are doing inside to hold on to it. So you are anchoring the feeling again and again.
When we repeat it again and again in our head.
Yes. After a point of time, it becomes your mood or it becomes your permanent state. So yesterday, Gauri was also explaining emotional intelligence divides things into feelings, emotions, mood. There is one more thing that it defines. Okay, all of it is together. But NLP just takes everything into states. State is something that is a very generic thing compared to all of it. So what we do is break state is also to break that particular state. As I told you, initially, a lot of people thought NLP is all about states. Why? Because anchoring was the basic tool. And a lot of time people used to talk about the emotional states. I sometimes used to say that whatever is discussed in emotional intelligence as a theory has practical implementation in NLP. So one of the risks of learning NLP and then going to others, like I did TA, I did EI, I did hypnosis, I did CBT, REBT, inner child healing. So all of these things, if you notice somewhere, you will think, okay, NLP does this way. Or gestalt therapy, that NLP is like a concussion or cocktail of a lot of things that you learn from different disciplines. And here it is made in a very logical, practical way of implementation. You don't have to believe in anything. I always say to people, don't believe in anything that I tell you. Just logically try to break it down so that you can construct it. Okay, like I don't know how many of you know Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie.
I have heard the name. Yes, somewhere it is.
Yes, Anuradha.
Now, How to Win Friends.
No, author in
Yeah.
Author of some book.
Yes.
Wait
He's
a minute.
author of some book.
Yeah, Anuradha, what is it you are about to say?
he has written many books on public speaking,
Yeah.
self-motivation.
So public speaking was one of the fields. As Monica told, how to influence friends, how to make friends, and that also was there. Stand and deliver was one of the things that's also an audio version of it. So long time back, I used to listen to it, and there was a beautiful line. They say that public speaking is a science, but it is only beautiful as long as it looks like an art. The same way, your life, a lot of things are logical, but it will be beautiful if you show it as emotional. A successful career has a lot of logics into it, not just emotion. It will look emotional. A good relationship, a lot of logical things you will have to do. You can fall in love and you can go crazy in love, but to form a successful marriage, you have to do a lot of logical things. So one of the things I used to say that love can happen, you have to make marriage happen. Both are two different things, right? So the same way, what NLP does is it just breaks down all the things that makes life beautiful into a logical set of steps so that you can use it for your life. But the only problem is it works. And the bigger problem is it works only if you implement it. I don't remember who told it. Maybe Sadhguru, I'm not sure, told that the problem with yoga is it works. But the damn problem is you will have to do it every day for it to work. The same way the NLP also. Clear? So soon I'm coming up with some kind of a program where we are just in a constant track of how to track whatever we are doing in NLP regarding fixing a goal and then walking towards it. So I'm just forming a program alongside that idea. Okay. Now, everything clear about anchoring? Let us go to the logical steps of doing anchoring. Do you have any questions till now? Yes, no? Can be? No. Okay. So one thing is clear. Anchoring has always been there. It is not something new. That is clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yeah? Kinesthetic anchoring is extremely powerful. I'll just tell you one last example of kinesthetic anchoring that I remembered. So when I was in Chennai, job search 2005, I used to stay with one of my friends and his brother was deaf and dumb. And every day evening, he was doing fine arts in Chennai. I used to be at home and I used to do certain things at home and relax, do my workout and everything and apply for jobs, wait for calls and everything. So every day evening when he comes, sometimes he used to come tired. So we used to talk. He used to make some food and we used to chat in the evening time. So he used to lie down on my lap. I used to run my hand into his hair. And he used to relax. Sometimes rarely he used to sleep, but mostly he used to be relaxed. So some music used to play. He was deaf and dumb, so nothing used to happen for him. It was just a touch. All this happened. And then this is long time back. This is 2005. And then 2010, I got married. 2011, I went to his house for just with my wife. And at that time, his mother is saying that the brother's name was Avinash. Avinash always used to say that even now he told, a few days back also he told, whenever I used to lie on Kartikanna's lap, I used to remember you. So what happened? It was a touch. His mother used to run the hand over into his hair. So that triggered something good. By the way, that also could have triggered something bad. Imagine if he had a bad memory of that, of some abuse that he had.
He
Or
might have broken the state. If we are not happy or being into the situation, then we just come out of it, na?
not everyone does it, na? If we all had done that, life would have been simple, na? But nah, life is not that simple. So the point is, here anchoring happened by default. So kinesthetic anchoring is really powerful. You may not know, but still, that's one of the reasons some of the times we ask people where to touch, because sometimes there can be a negative anchor anywhere else. By the way, always ask permission to the person. This once happened to my mentor long time back when he was doing a program in Dubai. And there was someone, I think an Emirati or someone who was there, and he was who told that I want to get a state elicited. And he did not say, I'm going to touch in the hand. And as the person was closing the eyes and state was elicited, he told, in a while, you will feel a touch in your hand. And immediately that person pulled back and told, you can't touch me. So always respect the law of the land. And he told, luckily nothing happened. So there he told, if someone had went and complained that this person did that, not even that person, maybe I would have been in trouble. This is long time back. This is like 2006 times, 7 times. Sorry, 2015 times. Okay. So always remember, respect the person's personal space. And here I'm doing anchoring. You are doing it on yourself because it's an online session. But in a classroom session, it always is physically touching a person and inducing a feeling. That is slightly easier than this. Saying that this is much more efficient because you are seeing it, you are seeing the recording, and then you are going to do with it someone else. Clear? So the steps for it. First, what do? You ask the person for some situation. By the way, when you work with a client, you will not suddenly say that I will do anchoring today. No. The client may come up with a situation that, I have a presentation tomorrow, but I'm not having confidence. I'm not feeling, or the client may not even say confident. I'm not feeling like doing it. I'm just, something is holding it back. Now you can try to understand what happened. So probably there can be a past bad memory. There is some other technique. Probably as you try to understand, you may try to understand that, or you will understand that the client is lacking some state that could help that person. Clear? Only then you will bring this. Just because you have a bunch of tools does not mean you will immediately like, okay, let me do this today. You could not be like an ortho doctor who is like, I know to do the femur surgery well. So for this client also I will do, for the next client also I will do. So you'll have to analyze and you'll have to understand the client and you will have to do. So only if it is required, you will do it. Now here what you do is slightly different because we are doing it for practice purpose and it also works. Yes, Neha, anything related to the practice?
Is that related to if they feel anxiety? Like, for example, if somebody is getting married, it is a very common thing that when some people are getting married or something like that, there's a anxiety or lack in confidence that shall I go
Getting
for it?
married.
Not you. Ha. Yeah, like this
Okay.
kind of emotion.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's suppose it, like if you got a client.
Okay. Let me just try to understand that. It is very common according to whom, where, when. Who are these people who are getting anxious for getting married in current day and age? I mean,
it is true. It is it is true. It is
okay.
true that
Okay, anyway, let us assume that I would always go back and ask where is the data for that, but let us assume that people are getting. What is the question here?
The question is this anchoring thing going to work over there also when there's a kind of anxiety when when they have a question of doubt, or when you're like, oh, what is,
See,
when
the
they feel lack in confidence
common
over here?
difference between hypnosis and anxiety is, or hypnosis and NLP is, hypnosis is a very beautiful tool which says that there is one thing for everything. You take a person to a trance, you first devise a script, take a person to trance, implant the script, and then do it again if it need be so. Whereas in NLP, both work, by the way. I'm not saying one works more than the other. In NLP, there is specific tool for specific situation. Okay, see, the hypnosis expert is telling, also nodding yes. Monica, you look a lot like your son today. She'll be like, no, my son looks a lot like me.
Yeah. When both of us go, everybody says that.
Photocopy.
Yeah,
Or in Tamil Nadu terms, Xerox.
correct. Everybody says Xerox. Yeah.
Okay. So for anxiety, we
So can
already
I?
had a tool. So we are not going to do the same tool for anxiety. So if a person is having marriage anxiety, if it is a specific anxiety, for specific anxiety, by the way, again, timeline therapy can be used. For generic anxiety, submodality change work can be used. So for anxiety, there is a separate thing. So you're not going to introduce their anchoring over there. There is something. If a person lacks confidence, then you can induce confidence. But still, there is a lot of other things also that can be done. Just because we learned, just wait for a couple of weeks, then you will have a bunch of tools. Then you can understand which one to use where. Yes, Ritu.
Sir, I'm bringing a personal situation.
Uh-huh.
I discussed with you regarding the call which I had to set up with my boss.
Yeah.
So the call was supposed to happen the last Monday, but I somehow was not well, so I changed it to Wednesday. And he wanted to have it on. Yeah, I suggested to have on Tuesday. He was busy on Tuesday, so I set up on Wednesday. So
Okay.
he did not join, and then I messaged that, and he did not responded to that.
Mm.
The Wednesday the call didn't happen. Again, I set up the call. So again, he did not join. After that, I am not setting up the call. I have considered that as a rejection. Though I have a importance, not important, though I have a priority to have a call with him. But I'm now refraining to set up a call, but I feel that I should set up a call because I have seen the rejection.
Mm.
So, how to come out of this entire cycle? Because I need him to listen what I wanted to discuss,
Mm.
right? So, I feel like again, if I set up, if he is not available, what do I do?
Okay. So that if we start to discuss on that, that will take a separate track of its own. It is a coaching journey that it will take, which is important, no question on that. But again, here it will take a heavy deviation from whatever we are trying to do.
Okay.
It's something that we will have to understand about the importance, or what is that? Is there a negative emotion that you are holding in, and how is that you can deal with that? That's a separate thing that we will have to understand. However,
I was,
break
yeah,
state
I
is
was
something.
thinking,
Yeah, go on.
sorry, sir, please go ahead. Yeah.
Go on. Tell me.
I was thinking that this is also part of the anxiety and the self anchoring is required to do something on this. I was
Yeah.
trying to relate.
Just wait for 1 week. You may have a bunch of tools. By the way, when I spoke about 1 week, I understood. I totally missed the point that it is Navaratri season. So Gauri was telling yesterday that you have not given even a single day holiday. So when is that you would like to have a holiday? Because I think people like Sneha will be having Garba also one of the days. So you will have to go. Indore is one of the places where there is big
Yeah.
Garba. I think
Yes.
Indore has the biggest one, is it? Or Ahmedabad?
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad. And
But
Gujarat.
we have,
Indore also
Gujarat.
has decent big ones.
Mhm.
So when is that? If all of us can agree upon 1 day or 2 day for your Navratri celebration, so that we can have the program date extended for a couple of days according to that. So one thing I wanted to ask, we all of you think about it. Towards the end of the program, we can discuss it again. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll
So
come back tomorrow, sir. We'll check the dates of the entire thing.
good. Tomorrow Gauri will be there, so you can discuss this with her. She'll be a better person to consultate.
Thank you.
Okay, so tomorrow I have a program with day after tomorrow, I have a program with Aditya Birla. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, Gauri will be taking the program. Okay. Coming back. So how do you do anchoring? First, you ask the person, think about a situation where the lack of a particular state did not let you do certain things that you could have done better. Now, one of the most important things that you will do over here is you will try to understand a particular state, but one of the things you can do, one of the things that you can do to make it easier is that you can ask the person to think about a situation where they lacked confidence. Confidence is a very common thing. Calmness is another thing. So confidence, because of which they were not able to do it. It's easy to find confidence and lack of confidence in a situation and then implant it. So to do it better, you can try to understand the state, but to do it easier, you can ask the person to think about a situation where they lacked confidence because of which they were not able to do something. Okay. Now the person can come up and tell you for some situation. Then you do a break state, and then you ask the person to close their eyes, go to the situation. And what is it you do?
So ask them to go back to the memories where that incident has happened.
Yeah. So you ask them to see, hear, and feel. And then you ask about to notice how they handle the situation on a scale of
1 to 10.
0 to 10, how good they felt about the situation. 0 being not at all good, or you can say 1 to 10, 0 to 10 does not matter, or 0 to 9, whatever works for you. How good they felt the situation was, just to rate it, because this is a very intangible thing that you're working with your client. Okay. So if you're working with a client for long term, it is always important for you to record the current state, how the client came to you. I'll give you an example. Let us say that someone is coming to me with a very extreme lot of issues. So we are on a contract for about 1 year. So 1 month we worked well and the client has gotten out of most of the issues. Now, second month, the client will feel there is no growth. Third month, the client will feel there's not at all a growth. There's a plateau. Okay. Until and unless you had the initial things recorded, how the client came to you, you will not be able to show the difference of month 3. The contrast will not be there. So if at all, this is again a side tip, if at all you're working with a client for a long term, you should always record how the client came to, what are the issues, so that 3 months down the line, you can remind the person, see, these were the issues, we have sorted it. We are just holding on for a while for it to become permanent so that we can go to the next one. Clear? Or a lot of people will be like, "Arey, kuch to nahi ho raha, kuch nahi ho raha hai." And very unfortunately, clients usually judge the competency of your session based on the charge that you charge them, price that you charge them. It's a funny thing, but a lot of people would not say that they don't like a $50 coffee, even if it is not nice. For the $5 coffee that they get, or for the 50 cents coffee, they can have 100 complaints. Because if you don't like a $50 coffee, means you are not in that class. Right? First time I had coffee, this reminds me, first time I had coffee in a flight. I was like, what crap is this? And I was looking around, people were enjoying it. I was like, okay, we are still not there. Let us not open the mouth. I'm talking about more than 15 years back, 20 years back. Back then when coffee had to be sweet, had to have cream in it. Suddenly you are in a flight where there is just a black coffee, $150, and they give you a cream separately. You don't know what to do of it. And you search for sugar. Only if you ask for sugar, they can give you a sachet of sugar. After mixing all of it also, it is not nice. Right? So this can
happen. You come from a place where there's very good coffee.
Tamil Nadu, Kanyakumari.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So first you ask the person about the situation, rate on a scale of 0 to 1, 0 to 10, and wherever the person is feeling, break state. Then you ask the person, you think about a situation of your life where you were absolutely, totally confident. Okay. Now the person can have a lot of situations. Some of the tips and tricks again here, spices that I can throw is, I used to say that there may be many situations that made you feel good, some of it better than the other. And then there will be a lot of the top 3 memories maybe there where you were feeling good, but there will be one memory that stands out. Think about that. So what is it I'm trying to do? I'm trying to just make the person come to a point. There is something called as handshake induction in hypnosis. Okay. What is handshake induction? The hypnotist will shake your hand, and the hypnotist will take your palm. Basically, they will hold you by the finger if you do it right, and they will put it in front of your face, and then tell you to focus on the hand. Now, the problem when the people tell to this is the first step. Usually in hypnosis, every single step has to be followed right. Later on, when the person is in trance, whatever mistakes you do will not be matter. But initially, you will have to do it right. So one of the best things that I learned from one of the best person is that he will not tell you to focus on a point. He will tell you look at your hands, look at your lines, and select one line and focus on a point in that line. Okay. What he has told, your whole hand is in front of you. Look at your hand. Okay. Look at the lines. Okay. Select one line. Okay. Select a point. Okay. Okay. Rather than saying select a point, because then your mind can go, which point do I select? Okay. Can I select this? Oh, yeah. So there are clients who can do it well, but to make it better, that's how you do it. So that is one of the things I did verbally with Sneha also, if you notice. I was also trying to make her focus on that one memory where confidence is high. You may not have to do that when you're doing it here, but with your clients, maybe you may have to do that. That's why I just made it available to you so that the recording will always speak for itself. Yeah.
Why does we have to give more instructions to bring person to one point? Why you said the person can get confused, but why the confusion occurs and why?
Because we are people. Because we have a monkey mind. Simple, right? So now, after that, after you do this, then you give then take the person to that memory, see all that you can see, hear all that you can hear, and feel that feeling of confidence in your body. Where? Body. It's very important. That's why we are learning this after anxiety change work, where we experience feelings in our body, right? And then you will just ask the person to go to this memory, see this and experience it, and on a scale of 0 to 10, how you felt. Okay. Now, break state. After this is the time for testing or anchoring. This is state elicitation. First, what you're doing is state elicitation, making the person get into this memory and to be absolutely there. Remember, every step you will ask the person to nod. When you're absolutely there, give me a nod. When you're able to feel this feeling in your body, give me a nod. When you're able to feel this feeling of confidence running in you, give me a nod. Okay. Now, when you're totally done, when you're absolutely done living that, rub your palms, massage your face, and you can slowly come out. Okay. All of these steps has logical reason and also has a hypnotic reason. You are asking the person to do small things for you and the person is doing for you, which means the person can do complex things for you next. Sit straight, close your eyes, remove your specs, breathe in a very relaxed way. Simple things so that the person can go into a trance faster. Okay. Now, NLP is always has a very rich mix of hypnosis into it. Because if you remember, one of the things from which NLP itself evolved is hypnosis of Dr. Milton Erickson. Conversational hypnosis, still a hypnosis. Clear? Okay. So till this point, then you ask the person to come out, break state. Now you have seen multiple break states. You know to do multiple state. Your number reverse. What is that you had for breakfast? What is a favorite place in your, that you would like to visit? What is a great holiday? But remember, no break state should cross more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a big break state. As I told you initially, my break states used to be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And sometimes it is required. Turning back and thinking with that client, it was required. That's why she got the amazing results of that she got. She was having time. I was having time. And we had all kind of experiments to do. By far, I would say that is one of the clients who has lasted. Even last week, she had contacted me for something else. Because, for again, this is a physiological thing. The person got diabetic. And also now the person has to conceive. So conception is becoming a problem. Got conceived, but still it's not staying because of that. So, and all the, every single time somehow magically it works. Not because of me, maybe this is how it is supposed to happen, but it works. I'm telling this because you should not be going and saying that NLP can cure broken bones. People are out there saying that. That may happen, but if it happens, you should not be promoting that this can do everything for anyone. Because in today's online world, people do all kind of nonsense with this logic. It works somewhere, it will work everywhere. No, not necessary. Yeah.
So just to understand, what's the reason to give a 2 minutes break only? Is there any theory behind it?
Then it will become a big deviation. Your idea here is to give a kind of a fractionation, take the person out and bring the person back, or that will become a separate dialogue by itself. Right? Bringing the person back will be difficult. I'm sure all of you have been in a situation where you went to talk something to someone, that person spoke something, you spoke to that person answering that, back and forth discussion happened. Then you did not even talk what you were supposed to talk. You wanted to talk, you remembered you had to talk, but you were not able to bring that up because you did not want to break the comfort level that you have built in that conversation.
Correct. Yeah.
So just 2 minutes. Sales people, a lot of people initially when they learn sales, they do this mistake. They will build rapport. After a point of time, they will forget sales. You build rapport to sell something as a salesperson.
Okay.
Right? That's a very bad habit that sometimes newbie salespeople build. And then they will give all kind of ideas that, no, I am not a typical salesperson. I am a very good person. That is why I am not able to do it. Your puppy face is not going to get you anything. Remember this. Okay. Anyways, coming back. So once you have taken the person, made the person experience, this is state elicitation, then anchoring. So in anchoring, again, you will take the person to that situation. And before that, you will ask the person to select a point. So what you're doing with this point is that you have to apply pressure. For example, if you take, this is the point, okay? So initial pressure will be like this. Slowly, you will increase the pressure. I'll also give an instruction, but I'm just letting you know before when the instruction happens. So slowly, the pressure should be increased. So if I do it for a person, first I will slowly touch and slowly increase the intensity of touch. There has been hundreds of times where the person has told that it feels as if an electricity is passing, that is an energy passing. Now, what is that they say? You have a very energetic, powerful person, that energy. I don't believe in that. May have happened, I don't know. But basically, when you're touching, that you're trying to induce the feeling of that person. Okay. As a coach, it is always important to keep yourself out of the process, or else the situation will be the client will be totally dependent on you. They will not be able to do things for themselves. Good if you want to be financially rich, you get a good client, big rich client for lifetime, you are settled. But again, your work as a coach is to make the person independent. Okay. Okay. Coming back. Now, once you're done with that, taking the person to that situation, again, second time, you will say the person, now, as you are feeling this feeling of confidence running in your body, slowly touch this place in your hand that you have already chosen. And this, by the way, is a hypnotic script. What I'm going to say, you can use this, you can use multiple scripts. As you are touching this spot, allow yourself to increase the intensity of confidence. The more and more the intensity of touch, the more and more the intensity of confidence. Okay. Initially, anchoring was one of the things that I was struggling with. It became a cakewalk after a couple of times, but initially, this script actually helped me. So because I used to say that, now touch the point and feel the intensity of confidence flowing in you. It was not working out well. Hypnotic language takes the person into a situation without them realizing they are going into the situation, or makes the resistance very minimal so that the person automatically flows into it. Okay. As you touch this spot, allow yourself to increase the intensity of confidence. More the intensity of touch, the more the intensity of confidence. Okay. And allow yourself to do this. And when you're able to do this, give me a nod. Okay. So the person has to touch slowly and then slowly increase the intensity and then slowly increase it a little bit more. So when the person is done with that, now what is that you're doing? You are creating a button between the intensity of touch and the feeling that is flowing in you. Right? Okay. All of us have done this at some point in our life, or at least in the last 1 month, you would have done this in different way. I will explain that later. Okay. So this is possible. It is not something that you are trying to do magically or anything. It is very logical. You just have to allow yourself to do it, and you have to bring yourself to that point where you are able to do it. Okay. Certain language patterns can help you. Clear? Done? So once a person is able to do it, give me a nod. Good. Now anchoring has worked. Your point is installed. One of the things that you can do, which you should be doing when you are doing it here, is that you will ask the person, now touch this point every time, allow yourself to touch this point, and every time you can ask the person to remove the hand, close the eyes, and think about the last 5 digits of their mobile number or their mobile number in reverse. And then you can ask, now slowly again, allow yourself to touch this point. And as you increase the intensity of touch, allow yourself to increase the intensity of confidence. Okay. And hold on till you want to hold on, and then leave it. And then again, a break state without opening the eyes. Some break state, think about the tastiest dosa you have ever had. Okay. Or think about the tastiest paneer butter masala that you have had. Something. Okay. And then again, you can do this. Basically, this is fractionation that you are doing. You remember fractionation I told you? One of the techniques used to create a long-lasting impact in a person. Taking out, going in, taking out, going in. It is like a rubber band. So you have implanted this anchoring. This is something that you did not say. I'm asking you to do. Very simple. Like Sneha did once. Once you're done, you can slowly release it. And slowly as you release it, your emotions can come back to normal. And keeping your eyes closed, you can think about your mobile number reverse. When you're done, give me a nod. Okay. Or keeping your eyes closed, tell me about the funniest thing that happened in your life in 1 minute. Funniest thing, people can go in a very big story. Okay. Then again, you ask the person, now again, allow yourself to touch the spot and allow yourself to increase the intensity of confidence in you. Okay. And sometimes you can call, now that magical button is installed, you can slowly come back and open your eyes. Okay. Break state. Then go back to the first situation that we faced. And now when you're about to face the situation, you remember that you have this magic button in your hand, which when you touch can increase the intensity of confidence. So as you're going to enter the situation, okay, allow yourself to touch the spot and let this confidence flow in you. And when you're absolutely filled with this confidence, only when you're absolutely filled with this confidence, allow yourself to go and handle the situation. Clear? Once you're filled with this confidence, only when you're filled with this confidence. Again, this is slightly hypnotic statement. Okay. How did all these statements come into existence? Bandler and Grender were researching on Milton H. Erickson. They saw that there were a lot of syntaxes that he was using. Language syntax, linguistic syntaxes that he was using, which was very much appealing to the unconscious mind. Little by little, more and more, by and by, all of these things are very soothing things for your unconscious mind. Just listen to someone talk about this, you'll feel good. Okay, to mesmerize you as a mass also, people can do it. You can do it to people also. Okay, so this is to create a very good lubrication or least resistance for your unconscious. Clear? When you write hypnotic script, you can use this, but then basically certain things I'm telling, you can just use it as such. So then when the person is in the spot, you can allow the person to increase the intensity of confidence with a touch. And then now you can ask the person when you're absolutely filled with it. One of the scripts I say is, let every cell, when every cell and every fiber of your body is filled with this feeling of confidence, allow yourself to handle the situation. Remember, allow is another hypnotic command. And when the person is handled, when you're absolutely done, you can slowly come back. When the person is back, break state. After this, future pacing. Okay. Is there a situation in the near future that can come where you will have to use this? When the person says yes, you again take the person and make the person do it. The more future pacing you do, the better it will become. Because future pacing is like net practice, where you are practicing before the scenario itself arrives. Clear? Good? Good to go for the practice?
Sir, we need this script. Otherwise, I have to record it and then keep on writing. Not you're recording, I have to keep on writing it because.
For which one you need script? That is
the
why
one which you just explained now. That's what we
For everything. You can give a script for everything now.
Yeah.
Okay. That is why, okay, why I was telling it than giving it as tips is because everyone will have their own way of taking it. Script can be given. I'll just make something available by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, by day after tomorrow. But for now, just follow the basic things. It's a very, very simple thing. Use your own stuff, because Milton used to say this. A lot of time people try to imitate my tone and my voice, which is absolutely not needed. You should be using your tone, your voice in your own ways. Who knows, you can create something that is much better than what Milton does. So the same way, and this is something that you can always try to do. So anyway, just to let you know the steps again, so that you can practice it. It's a very simple thing. The scripts I was pausing and telling, so that I thought that you will be noting it down. Unfortunately, if it did not happen, you should have written it down. So you ask the person till step 2. I think it is easy to take the person to that situation and bring the person on a scale of 0 to 10. Then again, take the person to the situation where they were confident and let them feel that confidence run in their body. And till that, I think it will be okay. Next, you ask the person for anchoring. Go to the situation again where you felt absolutely confident. See all that you can see, hear all that you hear, and feel the feeling of confidence. And now slowly allow yourself to touch this spot in your hand that you had already agreed upon. Or you can say this point, the base of the thumb for Sneha, for that reason, and the back of her hand. And slowly touch it. And as you increase the intensity of touch, allow yourself to increase the intensity of confidence that you are feeling in yourself. By the way, the syntax is, as you do this, let yourself do something else. Okay. This is a hypnotic script. As you are listening to the sound of my voice, allow yourself to relax deeply inside. The more you hear my voice, the more you can go and relax inside. And in the silences, you can relax yourself even more. Okay. This is a hypnotic script, nothing to do with whatever we are doing right now. Clear till now? Okay. Once you're done with this, next you just break state. Once a person is done, then you do something called as anchoring installation, anchoring testing. You take the person to the situation where they did not have confidence, and now you will trigger this confidence, and you will say this person, the same script that you told there. Allow yourself to touch this point, and as you are increasing the intensity of touch, allow yourself to increase the intensity of confidence. Clear? And once that is done, now let yourself face the situation. And when the person has faced the situation, you can ask on a scale of 0 to 10, how good you felt about it. Break state, future pacing. Future pacing is think about a situation in the future. Clear? Let's keep it simple and do it. Any questions?
Yes, sir. So this, when we are doing the, you were saying in person or the classroom session, then this pressure point should be done by the individual or by the instructor?
By the
By the
instructor.
instructor, by the coach.
By the coach, correct.
Okay. But the person will be comfortable, because if it's opposite sex, he might not be comfortable.
You should ask. You should ask the person. If the person is not comfortable, touching in the back of the palm is something that person can do. If you remember one thing I did, small nuance here, may or may not be useful. Sneha had asked, can I do it in the wrist? So usually if you're doing it in a place which is not moving, like elbow is something that is moving, right? So usually from here to here or from here to here is something that anchoring usually we do. Can't you do other anchorings? You can. Or it is rather better to find a spot which you don't access a lot of time. For example, this used to be one of my anchor points here. It's a joint, it is a moving thing, but it's not something that you unconsciously touch with your thumb or without your knowledge you touch. You don't do that. Right? Clear?
But it should be from the human touch only, right? Not any object or something. Just checking.
You can.
Just checking.
No, if you're, let's say that you're saying that if it is with an opposite gender or something, you can, if the person is not comfortable. But I'm wondering if a person who is not comfortable with touching with a finger will be comfortable with touching with a pen or pencil.
Okay.
In that case, do it with the same gender. Simple. Why make it super complicated?
I got your message here. Second thing, sir, like there are many such things like we are asking the person to feel, right?
Many?
That go into the certain stage or look at the warm or cold feeling like that. In all those stages, if any point of time he says that no, I don't feel anything, then
Mhm.
we have to move forward to the next step. How do
Good.
we do it?
So, no, not to the next step. The whole of NLP works in a concept of TOTE: test, operate, test, exit.
Okay.
Usually, there are two models that humans operate. One is stimulus response. What is stimulus response? My wife told something to me, that is why I am grumpy. The bank detected my loan amount and I was thinking I can go for a party and I'm feeling bad about it. Stimulus response. Someone helped a dog in the street. I felt happy. When you work on a stimulus response model, life will be almost accidental and it will be dependent on the external situation. That is not a model that is good for growth. For growth, the model that helps is TOTE: test, operate, test, exit. So, what is TOTE? You test if a current situation is working. For example, I asked Neha if this way, how much you are handling already on a scale of 0 to 10, how helpful it was. 0 or 4. If you remember, she told 4. So, not that much working. Okay, good. That is testing. Then you operate something new, which is anchoring. Now you test if it worked. It worked, then exit. If it does not, for what Ritu is asking, if it did not work, then you go back and operate something else. For example, let us say it has never happened to me, but still, I'm just saying, if there is someone saying that I'm not feeling anything, I can make the person experience the feelings that they're having in their body. For example, think about the happiest moment of your life, and I may have to make the person associated. If the person is not feeling anything, be associated, be in this memory, and as a first person, see it as if it is happening right here, right now. That is one command I always use. If you notice, feel it as if it is happening right here, right now. So be associated, feel it right here. And now, where is this feeling of happiness that you are feeling, excitement that you're feeling, energy that you're feeling? Now, once you understand that from the person and you make the person feel that, now the person is a person who has an evidence frame. Okay, feelings are always felt in the body. Okay, because till that point, the person would be able to think probably feeling is not happening.
Correct.
Feeling has to happen. And as I already told, it always happens. NLP is something that always happens. You just name certain process in a certain way. This is not something new. It always happens.
So personally, I'm not able, I'm failing to do that, but I'm trying it. Like you said, feel the feeling when I'm angry, right? So I tried it. I was little anguished during the day. Then I said immediately I don't remember. After 10 minutes, I remember. Then I thought, what's the feeling what is a physical feeling I'm having? I couldn't relate. Uh,
Okay. So,
so I'm finding personally very difficult for myself.
see, the problem a lot of time that arises is that, let's say someone wants to understand their own eye accessing cues. Is it easy or difficult?
For me, it is becoming difficult.
It is super difficult. For anyone, it is difficult. Because
Okay.
I can look into your eyes and I can detect your eyes, but being conscious of my eyes all the time is difficult. That is why, in terms of kinesthetic, that I give instruction to people. Now, what you can do is that whenever you are in that particular phase, particular emotion, at that point of time, you will have to start feeling what is it you're feeling. Or when you're angry, what is that is happening? Is your body boiling? Are you feeling heat? Is your face becoming red? Or are you having some kind of feeling on your chest or in your throat? Where is it? You cannot go back and you can just forget that, and then you cannot go back and think. That's why you need the help of another person to take you there and make you feel.
In adverse situation, I have felt about physical changes, like Sneha was telling yesterday, the tone changes, right, when we are anxiety. That has happened with me also. I see, oh, is it me who is talking? The entire tone has changed, and get surprised. So that thing happens. But on a day-to-day basis, like this kind of complete anchoring program, I feel at that moment that is a challenge. Means
Okay.
what you are saying, physical thing is there, definitely there.
So you will have to research and understand this more. But if I'm working with a client, I will rather take them through a situation and make them feel certain things so that they will be there.
Okay, sir.
Clear? So it is high time that we practice. So let us get into breakout rooms. It's already too late. I think the discussion itself happened for 1 hour, 20 minutes. I thought we will run one more technique today. Okay. So Darshini here is to see timeline therapy, but unfortunately anchoring itself is not. Okay, but it's okay. It's we have to get a technique very solid within ourselves so that things can happen better rather than just for Namki was finishing a technique and saying, okay, I finished 25 NLP techniques. Okay, so now you have heard the instruction, you have understood it. Your unconscious would have definitely learned more than your consciousness. Let yourself flow and do the technique. That's one of the reasons I don't barge into a room or come into a sneak into a room because you are doing your stuff. Your unconscious is working. Let your unconscious work. Yes.
Karthik, I have a question.
Yes.
See, when you want to when the anchoring is already done, when you want to implement it in your everyday and all that, so we have to touch the place, no, for it to work. Now, how will we remember? Okay, I have to do this.
See, again, even the touch, after a point of time, it can become automatic that you will be conditioned in a way that when that situation comes, automatically you will bring that feeling inside. So the touch is for starting. It is like that button that you press in your bike to start the bike. You don't keep pressing it. After a point of time, when your vehicle has gotten into that mode, it automatically goes. So let's say you do it, you face some 20 different scenarios where you trigger it. After a point, it will be on the self-drive mode.
Okay, so can we practice the future pacing many times so that
You can.
we can
You
do it?
can. You can. But still, if you apply it once in a real life situation, that will be far more powerful than doing 10 future pacing. But saying that, future pacing is absolutely important. It is like the net practice.
Yeah, fine.
Clear? Okay. Can we get inside breakout rooms now? 3, 4, 5. So our Balamurugan had to come. He told he'll come at 7:30. It's still. So Darshini, would you like to get into breakout room or would you like to stay here? So Anuradha and Monica. Okay, Sana, Ritu, and Sneha, I'm putting in the same room because Sneha already something has been done. So you can do it in a round robin way within yourself. Okay. By the way, when one person is doing, the others stay quiet. And as a coach, remember you're the world's best coach. Karthik did not know what he was doing, so you do whatever you do best. And as a client, always focus on what your client coach says and process it properly. Right? You're not new clients. You are people who are already into NLP. So don't try to act like a new client. नहीं हो रहा है. कर दो भाई. Okay.
How long do we have?
Good question. 40 minutes. So you have 40 minutes.
It's fine.
Yes, tell me.
So when I'm in the low feeling, negative feeling, I am there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And after the break stage and all, then I go to the happy moment where I'm very confident. Then I feel I'm completely confident on that and very happy on this. Now after the break stage, I go to the stage where I'm not confident, right? And I've already installed the button which will give me the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I still again second next time when I'm in again in that non-confident area,
Mm-hmm.
even that button is not. I'm not allowing that energy to flow to revert back that low confidence to the confidence. So
Okay.
I'm not moving to that next stage. Yeah.
Okay. So
What
in this, in the when you were just retrying to use that install button in that place where you did not have confidence, there you are not able to trigger this. That's what you are saying, right? So
Yes.
just a small question. So when did you try to trigger this? When you were at the beginning of that memory, or you just went into it and got messed up and then you tried to trigger it?
When I was into the problem,
Ah,
I felt that this problem is existing around me. And then I pressed that button a bit to bring that confidence.
okay. So you're supposed to place it just before you enter into that situation. Okay. So it is not after you face that situation and then you get into that. For example, I had this team discussion happening where I lacked confidence. Okay. That is a situation where I felt like I was zero in terms of confidence. If I had confidence a little bit, at least 5 to 6 things would have been better. Now I went to that situation, saw that it was zero, and then I did an anchoring on a confidence situation, and there I felt really great. And then I come back. When I come back and when I go into that situation, instead of paying the complete situation, I should be basically, ideally, in that situation, in the beginning of the situation, where I install this confidence in me.
I
Okay.
think, sir, we tried both, right? Sneha, in the
Uh,
beginning also, we tried
uh,
it. We did it twice
I
this.
think he's trying to say that we should have done it beforehand, before, like when we had a break state, before I put you again into that, you should have pressed it before you imagine that problematic situation.
See, you get to the beginning of that problematic situation. And then when you are going to handle it, you handle it with the confidence. It is
We
not
were
like so you get into the situation, you get messed up with the negative energy, and then you do that. In that case, again, you will have to do a break state.
when we were doing
Okay.
future pausing and all that, then we got stuck again.
Uh,
Earlier we were stuck, then we redo it.
See, I'll just give you an example. You are in a public speaking stage. Okay. So someone is telling that to be good at public speaking, you just have a defocused vision, smile, and then think in your mind that you know the content best. A lot of things. Okay. This works before the problem has started, before your palpitations, your anxiety, your adrenaline has got secreted. Okay. Imagine if your adrenaline and problem has already started, then you trying to reverse things will not work that much. Why? There is a default mechanism which you have made as very efficient mechanism to work in your body. But how much you try, nothing is going to happen because it has already started to do its work. It's been working for years together. Okay. So what you have to do is, even before you get into the stage, you should remember that I will have a defocused vision. I will look at everyone in their head. I will smile, and in my mind, I'll breathe in a very relaxed way. In my mind, I will have this idea: these people know nothing. I am the master of the content. Now, this happens best only when before you start, or if you have already started messing up. In that case, you have to do break state, and then you have to do, which usually does not work. Right? Once it is started, it just continues with
Okay.
any feeling. Once it starts, it just flows, it just continues.
So we should have done it before, in even when she had come into that. When we
Okay.
were doing future pausing again,
No,
Then we
wait a
got
minute.
stuck
So
again.
let me give you this example. I told you of a situation where I was in discussion, I lacked confidence. So when I'm closing my eyes, when I'm getting into the situation, I'm thinking about this meeting starting. And as this meeting is starting, I remember that I have this magical button in my hand. And then I press it, and then I see how is that. Now I fill my cell and fiber, every cell and every fiber in my body with this confidence. And then I see how is that I'm going to handle it. It's not me reliving the whole memory and feeling totally drained of my energy and then trying to give in energy. No,
Okay.
right? So that is one thing that could have helped.
Okay.
So
Good lesson.
when you install the anchor is something that's very important. Okay. And any anchor, okay, any emotion has a peak and then there is a fall. 90 seconds is too much of a time. Okay, a lot of time it does not even last 90 seconds. So what in anchoring you can ideally do is when the person is pressing, you can ask the, if you remember, I told to increase the intensity. Why? Because you don't know in which part you are anchoring the person. Are you anchoring on the peak or on the downfall? Because wherever you're anchoring, you can always use your words to say the person to increase the intensity of feeling confidence. Right?
I
So,
said,
so yeah, so that's okay. But this certain tweaks that you can do that can help. Probably, okay, day after tomorrow or on Friday, we can revisit anchoring again. Okay, there we can do this again because anchoring is a very basic tool or technique of NLP, and anchoring is something that we do every day. There was one of my clients, again, long time back. This was at least 8 years back, who had a very irritating situation at home. When I come home, I am getting too irritated. So this is one thing that worked with her. So I asked her, so, okay, when you come step inside your house, you feel irritated? No, I come with a lot of energy only. Then what happens? So when I sit in the sofa, and then I just look at the calendar and that triggers some memory and that gives me something. And then I just go to the kitchen. Then I see this one particular object that my sister-in-law gave me. That triggers a lot of memory in me. So a lot of, so one thing that I did is I asked her to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 on every object in her house. In terms of 1 to 10, in terms of what makes her feel super bad. So if there is something between the range of 6 to 10, I asked her to either remove it if possible or to keep it in such a place that does not fall into her vision as often. And then I asked her to list the things that makes her really feel good. There were such of things. I asked her to make it available to her at all times. Within a week, she felt the house was good. Without her knowledge, we have a lot of anchors that we have placed in ourselves. Okay, there is one of my clients. So he was working from home. So for him, home was a place of comfort. Okay, and the moment he steps into the home and he tries to start, because a lot of his friends were doing it, he told, I will also do it, and he tried it. But when he was in his home, he was found watching Netflix, relaxing on the couch, and just relaxing on the couch and working and then sleeping, and then trying to do that in the bedroom and sleeping even more. Then try to do it on the balcony just to notice himself watching around. Okay, this guy was one person from Delhi. Finally, one thing that worked for him is working in a co-working space. Why? He has anchored the house for comfort, and he did not want to change that also. He told, after a long time, I have just, after a lot of effort, I have made this as a space of comfort and relaxation for me. This is where we have our good times. Now, he was just getting into a relationship also. So he was like, no, I just don't want to mess this up. So from that point of time, getting to a co-working space actually worked. He was shelling off money from his pocket, of course. But this was a new upcoming co-working space where he was just going for 15 days a month. Worked wonderfully well. Okay, he spent 15,000, but he earned a lot because of that. At least his productivity went up by 50,000 because of that. So
firstly, we need to identify the problem. Then we need to identify what things are causing the problem, and major thing is then we remove those articles and things from
If
there?
possible. Let's say there is a fridge in the house which I cannot remove, or there is a stove in the house that I can't remove. So what is that I can do to make it better? So you'll have to be very practical in this. It's not saying that sab kuch remove kar do. No, does not work that way.
What do you think? Or what triggers the most in you?
What
Is that-
triggers the most, you will try to remove it as much as possible. If not possible, at least make it less accessible to the eyesight. So this was a lady who was extremely visual. So visual anchors worked beautifully well with her. So there was a photo of Vivekananda that she hung up in the wall, that she used to say that look at that photo actually gives me a lot of feeling. And then she had rearranged a lot of things. So in a couple of days, 2 days, and the third day, it was a totally different feeling that she had when she stepped into the house. Okay. Again, not within the context of the program, something that worked. As I told, you always anchor. You cannot not anchor. There is one of my friends who cannot get onto a stage barefoot or with sandals. Only if he's in shoes, he will feel confident. Okay. Now, I can say that I will be comfortable on a TEDx stage also barefoot. I'm totally comfortable. For him, it is different. For him, that is an anchor. When I was working in ING Vaishya, there was this guy who always, for an important event, he had branded ties. He had ties 10 times the price of my shirt that I used to wear. And I used to wonder why. Then he told, this gives me the confidence to deliver. I was like, what? How this? I used to say that no, your confidence should come from within. But it is not coming, it is coming this way. Then who are we to question it? I was surprised first time to see that there was a tie for 15,000. Okay. Tie for 15,000. And back then
15 or 50?
15.
Okay.
Not okay. I'm like, 1 square meter of cloth, 15,000. Why the hell? That was my question. Always,
Yeah, brands like Arrow and
The brands,
sell
right?
like
So
it.
Yeah,
brands.
if you're into brand, you should not talk to me. Gauri was into brands, Michael Kors, and what was the other one? Gucci and all. Now, unfortunately, for the last 5 years, she has not got anything of brand. Mobla. There are a lot of brands that I, in fact, learned a lot of brand names from Gauri only. There are a couple of my other friends also, Paco Rabane or something. Oh, yeah. So anyway, the point is, that is how certain people feel. Perfume. If I wear this perfume, I will feel confident. If I wear this particular type of, if my clothes are perfectly fit. There was one of my friends who used to say, if my inners are proper, I will feel confident. I was like, huh? Ye andar ki baat hai. Okay. It works as long as it works for the person. What is it? These are all condition. At the end of the day, you can simply say anchoring is conditioning, correct?
I do also feel the same somewhere. Like if I'm like if somebody's wearing very loose clothes, then it's a dip into the confidence. When you're fitting well into your clothes and you're feeling like accurate and appropriate, you feel more confident. It's
Not about everyone else. Everyone. Some people don't feel that way. Now, there are people like if I am there, I would feel more comfortable in a comfortable dress okay. For that reason, I do my corporate sessions in traditional Indian attire. Now, if you say that everyone should do that, people will freak out. Okay. And remember, I was a guy who did not know how to tie a veshti. Now I can play football in veshti. By the way, veshti is what people of the Hindi speaking place call as lungi. So lungi is the colored one. Veshti is the plain one. The white one is called veshti. So lungi is like the same way as you see trousers or a professional khaki trousers compared to a 3/4. So lungi is like a 3/4 of South. Veshti is like the formal attire that you wear for functions.
Okay.
This is the first thing I had to educate people. I said, sir, aap lungi pehen ke nahi, it's not lungi, it is veshti. Or you can call it the dhoti of the South. Actually, it is called dhoti.
Dhoti,
Oh,
okay.
does it make major difference when it is whitish or creamish in color. If it's formal also, and lungi is like it's in color. That's all.
So it is not lungi, it is veshti. The white ones that you see in movies, mostly that people wear. So what people use in a casual wear is called as lungi. Okay. So anyways, so that is not a comfortable thing to wear, but I have pride in that. And mind you, when I came out of corporate, I did not know how to wear a veshti. I created that identity for myself, and that is something that I wanted to create. So would I not feel comfortable in the pants also? Yes, but I feel that I am creating some brand for myself, or I am just taking my attire to the world.
I noticed
Fantastic.
it when it was like on your NLP poster. Now I noticed this and I mentioned it also to somebody, saying that oh, this guy is carrying out the South Indian culture and he's so fond of it.
If I take a program here, people will say you're carrying North Indian culture. If I wear kurta and pajama, I'm carrying the Indian culture. Because I also fight with people when they say that you dress up like a North Indian. I say that you dress up like a European. That is okay for you. Okay. And okay. Coming back to the point of anchoring. So you cannot not anchor. You're always anchored. Okay. So today I spoke to the HR of this company that I'm going, and I told her, no, you remember I came 1 year back. She was like, then I told that, you remember I missed my charges. That, oh, you're the one who comes in kurta pajama. Ah, okay. Okay. So we anchor people, we anchor ourselves. Parents, when they tell this to kids get this feeling within themselves. That is a visual anchor, correct? Or when parents say certain words like, you will know the result of this today when we go home. That is an auditory anchor. And when parents sometimes squeeze the arm of their kid, that is a kinesthetic anchor, right? So we do all kind of different anchors without our knowledge. So anchoring is a very normal phenomenon. We will just explore it once again. I think enough explanation already has been given. You can look into the recording, and the purity of state is very important when you do anchoring. So you select a state where you are, confident, and you don't do a state where you are mix of a lot of emotion and you are also feeling bad, but you are feeling confident. But you just select a state where you are absolutely totally confident. Clear?
Sure.
Okay. What is that you're smiling, Monica? Monica? Oh, Monica's got stuck. I thought that she is continuing to smile. I was wonderstruck when I went into Monica and Anuradha's room that they are talking to each other and they are understanding each other. The mic is on mute. I said, how? Then I understood they were connected over the phone. And then their video is through Zoom, phone is through, audio is through phone.
They might not be getting the audio better, so they have tried that.
Good. Okay. Look at the recording, and I'll just try to find some videos of proper anchoring online if I can, and I'll send it across. So you can also practice that. And always remember, you cannot not anchor. Please look into the recording also of whatever instructions I had given you. And if you can go back and look at this thing. So these are few nuances that I told. If it worked for you, wonderful. If it has not worked for you as much as it should have worked for you, these are the small tweaks that you could do. We will revisit it probably on Friday. And after Friday, and also decide when is that you want the holiday, all of you unanimously. 2 days max.
Yeah, we will message it in the group and see that what is a common date coming up.
Okay. When is it? Is Monday an important day for Navratri? Monday, Tuesday?
First and second.
It will be
It is second day
probably
today, and
29th, 30th, probably, right?
29th, 30th, is it?
I probably that one.
29, Monday,
I have to
Tuesday.
check. Yeah, I have to check at home and then come back.
Okay, Monday, Tuesday. So tentatively, as of now, Monday, Tuesday. So it will be a long weekend.
So I'm not sure that how many of us are celebrating it.
Anuradha is celebrating it, as far as I know. Sneha should be celebrating it. I'm not sure about
I
Monica.
welcome everyone. No, come to my home. have kept a very grand gulu at home.
Yes, on the 8th or ninth day, we call upon the children and
calendar date, not 8th or 9th date. Tell me the calendar date.
I had to check it into that. I had to check it
Yeah,
in. When
that's
it's
what
getting
we
over,
checked
from the date is getting over.
Tell me the date. See the date now. So someone tell me the date now. We are already late, so we'll just
When it
finish.
is getting over. When it is getting over.
Wow, super. So tell me a date.
I have to check it at home.
I did not know Navratri was actually 9 days.
First
That's a
October
wonderful
and
insight.
9 days.
Sorry?
So 9 days.
first
Oh,
and
is it?
second.
First and second, is it?
First is Saraswati Puja.
Huh?
Second is Vijayadashami. These two
Oh.
dates are very important.
Naomi and
That
Dashami.
becomes the, so
Um,
then 10th
Dashami?
Ritu, is it okay for you, Naomi and Dashami?
I have
1
to
and 2.
check at home, sir. I have to
Uh,
access at home and
Okay.
get the clarity. Cannot.
If it is 30th and first, can we take the off?
Okay. Monica, how about you? So 30th and 1st, 29 and 30, 1 and 2. Monica? I had to sing this song.
I think the
Monica.
signal
So
is
we will
very.
post it over that. Everybody will post it and we'll see which is a common day across.
Okay. So tomorrow Gauri will be consolidating. Please get to a date. So I am also traveling for Char Dham after on 27th to 27th to 5th. Gauri will be handling it. So I think 3 days Gauri will be doing the session. 2 days will be holiday.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And you said 10 techniques to be run again, and 10 techniques will be finished by that time.
If it's not finished by that time, we will extend. The session is till 7th, right?
Yes.
So if you are giving 2 days holiday, it will go till 2 more days. We'll be done. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But you won't be there because you're going on Char Dham Yatra.
Yeah, then I'll come back and I'll do the session. Maybe I may do it from Badrinath also. Who knows? From the tent that we have booked.
Okay. Interesting. We can have the views around.
Oh my God, it's crazy. The prices are crazy there. For one person for a tent, one day it is 1,000 rupees. I'm like, okay, one night.
Generally, it is like that only because, yeah, it is in
It's okay.
Uttarakhand, na? So that much harder rates. You are getting
And a
lot
hotel
of
room is
people.
10,000 rupees.
That is expensive. That is expensive.
Okay. Take care then. Bye bye.
Okay.
You too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.